Happy, happy, happy. It's one funny morning. I'm Dana Blizzard, and it's too early in the morning. This is the dumbest show in the whole world.
From Monday
to Friday. Sometimes on Saturdays.
Why would you say that in front of all these people?
Dean stinks.
You never know what's gonna happen.
That's your Dateline voice?
I don't know.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't.
It's not a chicken leg. This is a chicken leg.
Look at that manhole cover on my face.
Not a bad rendition of me. Hold on.
We know your brother. We'll give you a ride to school or whatever.
That's called
our small
murder
town.
in New Jersey.
He was alive
Like, what is...
with his everything.
Oh,
What's outside your Puerta de Clima?
that's Stella! Yeah! Good morning, good morning. There's no videos. We ran out. That's it. It's morning, it's Thursday, and there's not one intro video left in the pile. Good morning, Jean. How are you? I'm doing raisin bread this morning because who is just living large? Girl, you got raisin bread. Do you remember when raisin bread was the worst thing you could possibly think of eating as a child? Yep. I pushed right through that. Good morning, Diane. How are you? Diane Kiko. It's a great name. Girl, it's almost Friday. Did you send one? All right, Melissa. We were pretty busy yesterday. I had a keynote at Rowan. We had a workshop at Rowan. They were getting ready for the open mic, which was so fun. So we might not have seen anything that any uploaded yesterday. So good morning. I definitely wanted to sleep in. I always loved raisin bread. What? Said nobody, Kelly? I mean, whose idea was it to do it? Raisin Bran Crunch is delicious, but not the regular one. Raisin toast with apple butter from the Waffle House. Yum. Good morning, Athena. Hola. So last night, we launched our first ever open mic. I'd love to hear what people thought. Artisan Way now holds the honor of being the first ever to present on our open mic, and she did a great job. My granddaughter won't eat raisins. She calls them dead grapes. I mean, is she wrong? Can't see the comments. Linda, that was me the other day. If it's cinnamon raisin bread with lots of real butter, then yes. Yeah. So, Jim Dean came in late last night, and we were in the kitchen, and the clock started to chime, probably 11 o'clock at night. And Dean's like, "Is someone at the front door?" We're like, "No." And we just stared at them. And he was like, "Oh my gosh, is that the clock?" I was like, "It's the clock, Dean." He was so excited. Open mic was so good. I got tickled when they didn't understand the song playing was the time's up. Yeah. Lori was like, "I couldn't sleep last night. I was working on my bit for next week." Hopefully it won't have. I sent an email to check. I can't get to that. Yeah, Kim, I got to fix the Facebook thing. Hold on. So 44 people showed up to participate in the open mic. And it was really interesting, the reason why people signed up. What were they kind of looking to do? Our very own Chris Kermsey signed up. And she is doing, she is the mother of a bride of her daughter's wedding coming up. And they asked her to read a Bible verse during the Mass. And I don't know if you know this, but Chris is deathly afraid of speaking in public. She hates it. I would never think that. It probably took me a couple years to figure it out. I was like, what are you talking about? You're like so easy to talk to. She's like, I hate it. So she read her Bible verse last night, and it was great. But so speedy. And you could tell she was nervous. And I was like, you need to take a deep breath. Let's put some breath marks in. Stephanie's got like a like a bridesmaid's toast to do. So she's going to be practicing for that. Other people did stories. Other people were working on just like a Zoom presence. And so it was really great. I hope everybody enjoyed it. And we'll see. We're going to, every time we do it, I think we'll kind of massage the format a bit and be like, okay, how's this going to go? How's this going to go? But I thought it was great. So I can't wait to hear what everybody else thinks. I think at the end of each month, we might like send out like some feedback forms. I know Anne-Marie did a great job. She said, I had enough beer in me to raise my hand to go. And she did a great job. I think it's really interesting too, is that, Missy was there, Jacqueline was there, myself. And we grew up like in the arts, so you could add a little pizzazz. You'd be like, lean into these words, or, really look at the camera when you're saying these things. And for lots of people, it's just not something they're exposed to. But I think it's good, like these minor changes, and everybody's different. Did you give input? I think my husband would be good at this, but needs to learn to focus. Yeah, we did. Sometimes I think we gave too much, so it'll be interesting to see too much input. So we have to just kind of, I think we're going to do something called 2 and 2. So you'll have like 2 minutes to do your thing and then 2 minutes of feedback. Hopefully that'll get a chance to make sure everybody can go. And then eventually we will do like signups on the Facebook page, so we know exactly how many people want to perform, so that, if we say we could do 18 people in an hour, but 36 people show up that want to perform, then Missy will take a group and I'll take a group. And if we need, more groups, that there are just tons of other comics that we know that have been in this field for 20 years, and they're just really great at performing. So we got out right at 10:30. So it starts at 9, done at 10:30, and it was great. And we're still learning Zoom, and there's still a learning curve, but everybody was really helpful. A lot of people had questions on how, certain things work on the Zoom. And I think that's a part of it, is that, if you're going to be doing more things on Zoom, getting comfortable with how to raise your hand in the Zoom, how to make comments, how to make directed comments to certain people. So, and to feel what 2 minutes feels like, because without it, you could talk and you can go 10 minutes. You'd be like, girl, you're way over 2 minutes. And we had playoff music. There's a timer that plays you off like the Oscars. That's the hard part for me, the time frame. I'm a busy lady, so this month doesn't work. Yeah. Well, you can join us anytime. That's the nice thing, is that, and that's how real open mic is. You can just kind of bebop in and out, and it's really up to you how much you want to work on your craft. And for some people, that's every week. Like for me, I had to go every week. Like I had to say to myself, you have to go every Wednesday, whether you're ready or not, or whether you think it's good or not. You had to get up, because of that practice. And I would do the same thing. I would think all week about what I'm going to say, but it was good that it was once a week, because I think when you go and you perform and you get some kind of feedback, you can sit on that for a week and really think about what somebody has said or the reaction you got. I think I think it's good. And then you come back. I couldn't get online where I was. It was good, Jessica. Is there a recording available if someone misses part or all the open mic? No, Tracy. It's we may be recording it for marketing purposes, but we would reach out to individual people if we use them. But it's not recordable, just like any regular open mic. It's supposed to be a very raw place where people can go and practice. You don't want other people to feel like, well, what's something going to do with this recording of me? So we don't allow recordings. Madeline, I'm going to fix the Facebook page today. For some reason, it's really hard to link to it. But I may just share the name of the page so everybody can just go find it, and then we'll approve from there. So, yeah. I wasn't sure if I was going to go join because my big kids love to talk from 9 to 10:30 after being home for hours. Yeah, of course they do, Malene. They're like, you got something to do, Mom? Right at 9 o'clock? That's what time I want to talk to you. Like, but I could talk to you at 8:30. No, I don't think so. I'm not really talkative at 8:30. You know when I'm the most talkative? Between 9 and 10:30. Mm-hmm. Did you record yourself so you can watch it yourself? We could do that, but we can talk about it. Because I do think the recordings are good to go back. I just don't want somebody to record everybody. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What is the punishment for running the light? Okay, ask like a real comedian. Jeremy just said, what happens if you blow the light? Well, here's the great thing about Zoom. Girl, we're going to turn your microphone off. Yeah, every night we're going to turn it off. We'd let a couple people kind of go through because this is the first night. But yeah, we have to monitor that so that we can say like, hey, if everybody's getting 4 minutes in an hour and a half, you can roughly do 15 people with a little bit of, on either side. So we do have to kind of keep it strict. But I told my husband, and he came out of the room telling me jokes, saying he should be the comedian. Victoria, you should tell him. I would love to hear some comedian things. There were some funny bits last night. There was some storytelling by Cooley. And we were like, where's this story going? But she did a great job. At first I wasn't sure if they could hear the music after 2 minutes. Yeah, no, you can. And that's the hard part is what does your body do when you hear this playoff music and you're like, you have 10 seconds to wrap this up. And those are real things. Those are real things that happen all the time. So it's exciting. I think it's a good practice. I told him I sign him up. He's pretty funny. One of his hot dad qualities. No, I think it'd be great. I'd love to get some of the honeys in here, hear what they have to say. But you could literally go and talk about anything. We did ask everybody, for what purpose did you sign up? Why do you feel like this is something to work on? And everybody's got real different reasons. And some might, what does running the light mean? Kelly, that means, so in a comedy club or in our thing, so you get 2 minutes at open mic. And it normally at a real open mic, when your time is up, there's no timer on stage. We have a timer. But in real life, there's no timer. So somebody will grab a flashlight. Most of the time now, people are just grabbing their cell phones. And you put your light on. And because it's dark in a room, you'll see somebody at the back do this. That means that's your light. If you run the light, that means that someone has been back there doing this for 15 minutes and you're just ignoring it. And you're like, I'm going to hit them in the head with this light when they come back. So, so you're supposed to see the light. You're supposed to be professional enough to know I have to get off or I have to wrap up. And if you don't, then yeah, you're a problem. Yeah. Running the light is worse than bombing. And some people bomb and run the light, which is a horrible combination. And you don't want to be a rude host and just be like, "You're done," or turn off their microphone, like we will here. But yeah, sometimes. Yeah. So, did your mom come on? My mom was there. She did not raise her hand. Artisan Way went first, Tracy. She did a good job. Does music play for just the spotlight person? Because I couldn't hear it listening. No, I heard it, but I might have just heard it because I'm the host. I don't know. Everybody else will have to answer that. That's fine, Tracy. Tracy said, I'm so nervous. I might be a watcher for a while. That's fine. I practice and practice to get mine to 2 minutes. All right, Madeline, I can't wait to hear it. And so Madeline had said last night, she goes, is there a way to make sure that we, if you think you're going to go up, that you go up, because we ran out of time last night. And Madeline's like, I was so nervous and I was ready to go, and then I didn't go on. And that's a horrible thing, Madeline, but it's a very real thing. There are scenarios where you're like, I'm not going to go on at all tonight, and you can relax. And all of a sudden somebody's like, you're on in 2 minutes, and you're like, and your whole body just freaks out. And then there's other times where you're ready to go and your adrenaline's going, and they're like, listen, you were bumped off the lineup. So, it's not going to happen. And your body has to get used to that. We have all this adrenaline. Like, now what do I do? So I did see your note yesterday, and we're going to try to avoid it. That's why we're going to start doing signups early, so that, we'll put a sign up at like noon on the Facebook page. You have to sign up before 7:00. That way we know. We should probably do signups before 3, so I can make sure. We should probably do signups the day before. I got to figure it out. I got to figure out that process, because I just got to make sure there's enough people here, hosts, to manage the rooms, so you can get good feedback and things stay on time. So it's interesting. And, our goal is to get as many people up. And so I think part of it is that the people that are performing have to stick to 2 minutes. We have to stick to 2 minutes for that feedback, that 2 and 2. So we can get everybody in. But it was our first time. And so for our first time, I think it was really good. Good morning, Ryan. You could all hear it. Yeah. My husband watches the cutthroat comedian film that is filmed, and they give people 2 minutes, but they tear them apart. It's brutal. Is that the Kill Tony thing? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't think he'd take the 2 minutes. Yeah. 44 people showed up last night, Katie. So it was a nice crowd. Yeah, I thought all the speeches were so different, which I think is really nice. So we'll see. We'll see. It's a work in progress. Yeah. I know this time change is killing me too. Slowly getting there, but yeah. All right, bye. Did you brush your teeth? Oh, that's good. Where are you going?
Oh, the dogs.
Okay. I thought we were done.
Yeah, it's just a good checkup.
Do you just like visiting the orthodontist maybe once a year? Okay. All right, I love you. Dean. Dean is so funny. Maybe the volume music was low, but I could definitely hear it. Once it was over, Molinay, once it was 10:30, kids were like, I don't really have anything to say. I've already passed my prime. There's nothing. You should get your kids to do open mic, Molinay. I would love it. Get one of the kids together. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I thought you were asking Jason. No, it's Dean. Mm-hmm. The camera on my computer turns me green. Okay. And I don't know how to fix it, Marie. I don't know how to tell you. If it's an Apple computer, maybe take it over to the Apple store. That seems like it would be like a technical issue. Mm-hmm. He forgot something. I have to speak publicly as part of my job as a trainer. I hope it is to take part to practice not being filled with butterflies. Everyone says I don't look nervous, but I'm always a bundle of nerves. Yeah. My daughter would definitely do it. She's a writer. Oh, Malene, I would love it. Have her write an essay called "Let Me Tell You About My Mom, Malene." Yeah. Oh, get an external camera. Oh, that's a good idea. Shikendra fixed it better. Just get an external camera, the kind you can clip to the top, and just put it in through your USB or whatever those letters are. And then just go around that camera. Look at us solving problems. Not really. Oh, my stomach. Booby's here. Come here. Come say hi. Come say hi. Come on. Come on. I moved my desk upstairs. That's why this morning, come here. Come say hi to people. The desk that was back there is now upstairs in the office. So we're a little discombobulated today. So I put a figure, but because I was in bed, I was like, oh, yesterday. Tracy, I saw your note. Girl, you're going to be okay. It's tiring. I hear you. We're going to be fine. We're going to move slow. I'm going to do everything slow. Get a dog. You want bar booby? She said what? Sometimes you just need a day in your bed just cuddling with a dog. Am I wrong? Mm-mm. What are you doing? Where are you trying to go to? Where are you trying to be? Okay, we're done. All right, so there was something funny yesterday that I sent to myself. And I feel like we might have talked about it before, but I just thought it was so funny that I want to pull it up. Hold on. It says, tell me if we've done this before. It says, he loves the dogs. He's allergic to all my dogs, Jason. So his face puffs up. So he's got to sometimes keep a distance. All right. So here's what it was. A female writer asked, what's a universal thing that men like? That was the prompt. What's a universal thing that men like? And it's not the obvious. All right, gutters. And some of the answers were really funny. I don't think we did this, but it sounds familiar. So it said, number 1, watching construction sites just in case. Did you ever notice that? Did you ever just be out and you notice there'll be a construction site, but no part of you feels like you need to go over, cross your hands and just do this. All of a sudden you got a hard hat on and you're in charge. Do you ever notice that? Men will survey a construction site. I see a construction site and I go, yeah, they're building something. And then I keep going. But men stand there. You see what they're doing here? Yeah, it looks like they're building something. Yeah. I don't know if that's right over there. I'm not, yeah, I wouldn't know. I've never. What? I don't. Okay. Just in case. Yeah. And there's a name for it. It's so common in Italy that there's a name for it, just so you know. The name in Italy, it's retired aged men who spend their time watching construction sites, especially road work, typically with hands clasped behind their back and offering unwanted advice to the workers. It's called un morel. Un morel. I took a picture once of 6 guys just watching. I thought it was the weirdest thing. Yeah. 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 All right, here we go. Next. Mm-mm. Here we go. Booby. It's not a chicken leg. It said the urge to dig. Like what? Why? Umarell. Umarell. Why can't I spell Italian words? And I can't spell entrepreneur. Can anyone spell it? It just has too many double vowels. But I can spell Umarell. Preposterous. Yeah. Can't spell that either. I don't. Okay. The male urge to dig. Throwing big rocks off of cliffs into lakes. I've seen groups of older men filming trains. It is. Sebastian's like, listen, guys, it's interesting. I love construction sites. Listen, you don't have to defend it. We believe you. Giving a lecture of knowledge to just tell me what I needed to know. Yeah. Katie, nobody knows if that's right. Yeah. All right, let's see. Yep. Guys throwing rocks. Okay, here's another one. I've seen dudes do this plenty of times. I usually stand watching TV when I really want to focus on what's happening and do not want to be distracted. This usually happens while watching sporting events or the news. It's a great way to use your body language to let everyone know there's something very important happening on television. Why is it that men will walk into a room, just kind of like put their hands in their pockets? They'll just stand like this and then just stand there and watch the television. And you're like, what are you doing? I'm just watching TV. Cool. Do you want to come sit down? No, I'm good. And you're like, what? On vacation, my husband went out every chance he got to go watch the construction site in front of the hotel. Or having a pool put in. I constantly have to get my husband away from the contractor. He keeps telling him how to do the job or constantly asking questions. I am a wordsmith, Dina, who ironically did not win the spelling bee because I was so nervous in front of people. I accidentally put 3 M's in swimming. Why is it some people are just great spellers? My husband can spend hours watching TV shows of guys fixing cars. It's so weird. Yeah, you're just like, I don't know. Number 5. If a guy walks under a low-hanging sign, he will jump up, try to tap the bottom of the sign as he passes. Guys like being asked to open jars. Power tools. Give a guy a new drill and he will wander around looking for stuff that needs holes. These are not wrong. Think of your favorite man person. You're like, yep, no, he does that. Yeah. Thanks, Debbie. It's doing its own thing. We're doing Curly Girl Winter. Memorizing favorite lines from their favorite movies, then reciting them with their friends or even strangers who've also memorized them, and they do entire scenes. Extra points for using accents, a true source of unparalleled amusement and male bonding. Have you ever, Bob's like, I love drilling holes. Have you ever been like around, I mean, I think I'm around them a lot, groups of guys, because of stand-up, there's more guys than there are women. And you'll be sitting around having what you would consider to be a normal conversation. Brian's like, it's not just men. Yes, it is, Brian. You'd be sitting around with Brian and his friends having a normal conversation. And then all of a sudden, Brian will go into a full monologue. And you're like, what are you saying? He's like, no, that was what Darth Vader said to Luke Skywalker in the 4th episode of the Bub. And you're like, I thought we were having just a conversation. I didn't know. And then some other nerd person will answer him. Oh, that's what Luke said. And then there's like a full. My dad loves to halfway fix stuff. There's duct tape on one of my dining room chairs. Unauthorized. The jump and the tap, that starts when they're very young. Yeah. It's so funny. One of my husband's happiest days was the day we got a tractor. Of course it is. You're like, here, I made this baby for you. And you're like, yeah, is that a tractor? Because those are really nice. Okay. I quit movies. I can't help it. It just pops in my head. No, the only one I can do is You Can't Handle the Truth, and who can't do that one? All right, next one. All right, this one's funny. This is actually a cartoon, and it's two men on the street, and they're like a block apart, but they're wearing the same hat. And in the cartoon, one dude at one end is going, same hat! And then at the other side, he was like, same hat! And then that's it. That was their whole conversation. And that's totally spot on. It's called scripting. Is that what it's called? My dad gets annoyed with how fast my sisters and I can respond with the movie line, but then we just keep the scene going. It's so funny. My son, who's 42, has since a kid, whenever at the restaurant, pours a little salt on the table and then tips the salt shaker bouncing on its side, just back and forth. The man who dies with the most tools and toys wins. That's from Jim. A dingo ate your baby. I mean, it's a horrible story, and yet you can't stop saying it. My son is building a loft office in the Go. I don't know what that means, Spring. I don't know. But literally, the other day we were in the car. And Jason was like coming to a stop near the sidewalk, and somebody was walking down the street. So we pulled up. Now, this is my interpretation now. It's a man walking down the street. And Jason does this. He goes, which is the equivalent of saying, hello, my name is Jason. How is your day today? I hope it's lovely. Now, when a man does, that was the extent of it. And I saw him do it. So I look over at the man that's walking. Nothing. He didn't get nothing. No shake, nod of the head, nothing. Right? And it all happened within seconds, right? We pull up. Jason sees the guy. Nothing. And I said, oh my gosh, did you see him do you dirty? And Jason's son is in the back going, what happened? I go, don't worry about it. If you missed it, it cannot be explained. But basically, your dad just got the middle finger from somebody. And he was like, no, he did it back to me. I go, he absolutely did not nod back to you. And his son was like, what happened? What? I didn't even hear you say anything. I go, he don't need to say anything. He did. And he didn't get nothing back. I said, he basically said, you are riffraff and you need to get out of my town. All men will strap something down that they are taking in a truck and always pull one strap and say, that's not going anywhere. Karen, that was beautifully executed. Beautifully executed. And so right on. My other half does construction. Yesterday I was making a carrot cake. I said to him, do you think these cake pans are 9 inches? Before I could turn around, he had his measuring tape out and said, yep, they are. Okay, guys, that's the kind of confirmation I was looking for. Is the guy nod? Yeah, I say that line all the time. People don't know why they're looking at me. Yeah. What we have here is a failure to communicate. I don't know. The beginning was good, Barb. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's so funny. All right, let's go to more man things. Number 8. Talking about their athletic glory days. Girl, who hasn't said like this? Oh yeah, no, you big and strong. Oh yeah, no, I could see it. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Did you ever? Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All the time, Karen. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just said, oh yeah. Yeah. Yep. It is. It's funny. The only thing I ever thought, I don't know about everybody else, but the only thing, like Missy and I were on campus at Rowan yesterday and we're walking, and a group of beautiful girls. I mean, 22 years old. They're all gorgeous. They all got leggings on and their butts are up. And I was like, Missy, remember when we could just walk around with leggings and we looked fantastic and our butts were in the air? She goes, oh, such good days. Such good days. That's all. I don't know. I'm like, I don't even talk about the glory days of when my bones didn't hurt. Now I'm just like, do you remember when our butts were up? Ugh, just, and I mean, in the scheme of your life, your butt is up for like a total of 5 minutes. It's just such a small amount of time. And then the rest of the time, it's relaxed is what it is. Okay, guys, I was running so crazy yesterday. Andrea, I hope you saw my text because I want it noted that the timestamp was 11:59. And while I did not get to talk to you early in the day, I was laying in bed and I was so tired from the day of bouncing from one place to another. And then I was like, it was Andrea's birthday. We were supposed to go to lunch, but then we had to cancel. We're going to go do it on another day. But I was like literally about to fall asleep. And I was like, and I texted her. So I'm sure you were probably asleep. That's what I hope. Mm-hmm. If he's driving along, he sees another man with a truck, pull over, check the load these carrying. He always says, see, he didn't say the magic words. He didn't say, that's not going anywhere. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I noted the timestamp. Thank you, Andrew. And it was so funny because as I was texting, I was like, this has to go through before 12. I didn't know our butts dropped, girl. Maybe you are part of the special group. Maybe yours didn't drop. Mm. Mm-hmm. So anytime that I start like to feel like ugly or fat, I just think, what would my 70-year-old self think of my 50-year-old self? And my 70-year-old self would be like, 52-year-old Dina was so beautiful. I like to pretend I'm 20 years older than I am. And it's a good plan. You should teach it to your children. Oh my gosh, is Jeremy here? Missy, is Jeremy here? Because I want to show him this picture. This one's called the Jeremy. It's the number 9. This one says, men love dining room tables made with resin. Look at it. He literally makes them. Jeremy is a walking number 9. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That is hilarious. I bet Jeremy is killing it with these tables with just men who are like, we got to get this resin table. Have you seen this? Jeremy just made it. But I'm going to be honest, I'm obsessed with the tables that Jeremy makes. Mm-hmm. No, Carol, come on. Carol, we at the bar right now going like this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You just don't engage. All right, so Jeremy is what I say, number 9. Yeah. All right, here's no. Oh wait. Oh, what happened? This is hilarious. Hold on. I think it literally is. What is the purpose of resin in the dining room chair? No purpose. No purpose. It's just beautiful. I have no issues with the things men like list so far. Yeah, I mean, it's spot on. There's nothing negative. I love me these little quirks. Nothing negative. Just be like, yeah, no, that's so cool. All right. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Number 10, using tie-down straps to secure a load in the back of the truck, then twang the straps and going, that's not going anywhere. It's literally on here. Literally here. That is so funny. Listening to you before my colonoscopy procedure this afternoon, I'm dying. Okay, Lyra, I'm glad we're here for you and your butt. All right, number 11. When shopping at a grocery store, leaning forward with your forearms on the handle of the carriage while you walk up and down the aisles. That's really funny. They all do that. They all do this while they lean forward. This is really funny. Yeah. My dad had ratchet straps. And he was like, Dina, those aren't the right. You can't just use bungee. You need ratchet straps. I've never had a butt. My friends always wanted me to get butt padded pants. Trina, what happens though? What if you had butt padded pants and you had the most juicy, luxurious butt, but then you had to, get naked? And they're like, what? Girl, what happened? I'd be like, that's not real. Yeah, when there isn't a price tag, well, I guess it's free. That's a classic dad move. All right, that's it. I thought they were 18. Then we got to 11. Maybe it's a different article. That's funny. But there are just some like My bestie in Colombia said she and all of her cousins go there to get butt implants. I don't need nothing like that in my life. I would just be so nervous that I would pop a cheek. Is that the first thing that everybody thought? Oh, bungee cords are illegal to my husband. Only ratchet straps. Yeah, no, my dad was the same. There's a saying in Ontario, I'm confident it started with my dad. The saying goes, if it's good enough for Ontario, what does that even mean? I don't know what that means. Just what? Wow. That's so funny. But dang, if you can't fix starting, I know that's true. That's why I never did get the pants. I had a guy ask me where my butt went once when I was laying on my stomach on the floor while watching a movie with him, just because I wasn't standing up. How do you sit? It's got to be like sitting on a pillow. That's what I mean. It'd be like, when you get really like good cushiony shoes and it feels like you're bouncing. Like you're just sitting here and you're like, what are you doing? I just got these new butt cheeks. And they're just so nice. So just, it's like sitting on air. Yeah. The Ontario comment to me means that enough work on whatever, let's just leave it behind. Okay, it's good enough, but not fully finished. Are things not fully finished in Ontario? I guess I don't get that. Like, we don't know any Canadian, like, oh, girl, you don't want something finished, you go to Ontario. Like, I don't know. They're not balloons. They're actually fat. Mm-mm. The server walks up and says, "How can I help you?" My husband would say, "Are you a psychiatrist?" And they would laugh and I would shake my head. Like, what's like the most dad thing that your dad or husband say? It's like the most. Jason was just in here a second ago and he was just telling me how hip I was. He's like, "Baby, you're so hip." Please stop. He goes, "You're like the hippest of all of the people." I go, "What is wrong? Why are you trying to be old? Why do you know what I'm talking about?" And he says it, he says hip. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really hip. Malene. Mm-hmm. My husband says, "Can I have one more?" What is it? Just about everything? Can I have one more? Can I have one more? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm just resting my eyes. That was one of our greatest shirts we've ever done. It was a Christmas shirt. Mm-hmm. And it was for the men. When my dad was alive, he would ask every waitress for their digits. Mm-mm. My dad used to use the term, he really cleaned his clock. And my brother and I were so confused. I'm a looker too. I'm a hip looker. Mm-hmm. Jason and I are the same age. Yeah. Mm-hmm. People are dying to get in here. Driving past every cemetery. Yeah, okay. Okay, Dad. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 I like to throw the early 2000s slang out whenever I talk to my nieces and nephews who are in their 20s. They get the ick and it's hilarious. Mm-hmm. I asked my son, "What does dad always say to him?" Wade is clumsy and hurts himself all the time. So he runs to his dad and dad says, "Then don't do that." Example, "Dad, I ran into the wall and got my face hurt." "Dad, then don't do that." I mean, it's just good advice. In Ontario, we live with incomplete roadwork, snowplow drivers who never show up until you've shoveled your driveway. That's Ontario. Okay, then I get it. Uh-huh. I knew a guy that used to make tombstones. He was a real chip off the old block. Okay. My dad would say, "You are talking like a man with a paper a-hole." Still to this day, I don't know what that means. I have never heard that. Eileen, that was so funny. My dad, when he would say goodbye, would add, "See you in the funny paper." Uh-huh. When I was a kid, I would tell my dad, "I wish I had something." And my dad would say, "Wish in one hand and poop in the other and see which one fills up first." When we drove past the farm, my dad would always say to tell us to get back in the car, referring to the fact that we were the cows. "Get back in the car." No. Speaking of cemeteries, there's one by my house over 100 years old, and they're building townhouses over it. Have they not seen Poltergeist? My dad would say, "That hurts when you do that." Anytime I hurt myself. My dad would say, "We don't own the electric company," and now he's almost blind, so we have to leave all the lights on. He says, "I guess we're part owners." Your dad's adorable. I hate when I say to my husband, "You did not tell me." He will say, "You didn't ask." Okay, and you want to punch in the face? That's how that. Mm-hmm. Don't take wooden nickels. He never did tell me what that meant. Mm-hmm. My dad would say, "Whatever blows your dress up." My dad would call pennies coppers. When we'd go for a drive, he'd say, "What did Delaware or New Jersey? What did Tennessee? Same thing. No, really, what did Delaware? I don't know. Alaska." "I brought you into this world, I can take you out." The older I got, the much more gross that sounded. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If wishes were horses, we'd ask, take a ride. I think that might be off. I'm really trying to read these right, but sometimes you guys write them wrong. I'm like, Victoria just says, I cringe hard every time I hear them say slay. Stop it. My daughter would say something hurt. My husband would ask if it needed to be amputated. He'd pull his knife out of the pocket. It is now known as the amputator. My dad would say, books before boys. My dad would say, you want me to stop this car? Bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. No one knows what that means. What did Tennessee... No, still not right, Jill. My dad was a barber. He had stories and jokes for days. Didn't realize how much I'd miss them as an adult. And can I make another one just like... Oh, and can I make another one just like you? I'd respond, but I'm a twin. My dad would be telling us something and say multiple times, to make a long story short, it never got short. My parents used to drive us past an orphanage and say they were going to drop us off. We'd all say, yay, because it had a playground. My dad would say, good thing you have a pretty face. Let's hope you marry a rich guy. If we would eat something, my dad would say, it will put hair on your chest and make your hair curly. If wishes were horses, then beggars would ride. You're a gentleman and a scholar and a humdy-dum. I don't even know what that means. What did Tennessee, the same as Arkansas? There's just what did Delaware? A New Jersey. A New Jersey. Oh, I see. What did Delaware? A New Jersey. Button up your underwear. Nothing open after 2 but the jail and the hookers. Well, these are so funny. Diana has a lot of those phrases, but she messes them up. When one door closes, a clown has a balloon. You're like, that is not at all. That's not. Yeah, it is. Yep. Yeah, blow out the candles and the sun will rise. Doesn't even make sense. Just you're taking things and you're just putting them together and What do you have your panties in a bunch for? Yeah. What are you trying to cool the house? So funny. So funny. Oh, now I miss old people. I miss old people and their sayings. All right, well, listen. We have a great guest tomorrow. I'm sure Michelle's going to be putting some things out to promote that. And I'm going to do some fun things this weekend. So we'll have lots to talk about next week. So we're a lot of bebopping. Next week, I'm going to be driving down to see my sister. So we'll be live from Virginia Beach at some point. We have actor, comedian Jamie Lissow tomorrow. So you're going to love that. But I want to, again, thank everybody who participated in the open mic. And I will be working on that Facebook page today so we can all talk to each other. And we'll go from there. So like Judy from Saskatoon and Good Time, Andrea, whose birthday was yesterday, say, go sign up for open mic. You don't want to miss the next one. It's good times. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. Blessed day, everybody. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed today's morning show, make sure to follow us for more One Funny Mother content.
Okay, all right. Morse code is tapping.
And check out OneFunnyMotherStore.com for great new inappropriate swag. And for more exclusive content, consider becoming a supporter.
She got a bad leg.
Thanks again, and we'll see you tomorrow.